Good morning. This is my last day. I've only got about 3 more miles left. Came in here last night to this backpacking campground. It's got no water source. There's a porta potty over here. It's in between a set of railroad tracks and a farm field. And here it comes again. So, needless to say, the train was running every half hour all night long. However, it didn't seem to wake me up, so that was okay. But when I got here last night, my fuel canister was really low, and I figured I'd go into town, because I'm in Boiling Springs right now, and find something to eat. And there was another backpacker I ran into earlier yesterday, and he camped here last night too. He actually went into town and then came back and set up his tent. I set up my tent first. I went into town to look for something to eat, and it was a little bit of a walk. I went to a gas station. They didn't really have much of a selection. I ended up getting a couple of bars and a few beef sticks or whatever. But this other backpacker told me that there's a building where they have a water spigot for a water source, and I didn't look for it on the way to the gas station, and on my way back from the gas station it was way too dark to find it. Luckily I still had 1 liter of water left, so I didn't exactly have a hot breakfast this morning. I just had some coffee and a bar and some fig something or other, which is, it was all right. But the only regret I have is that I had to break up the 100 miles into 2 sections. Unfortunately, I got an infection under my fingernail at the end of the first part, so I had to get off trail and get that treated. But had a little brush I used the whole time, where I put hand sanitizer on it and cleaned under my fingernail to make sure that this didn't happen again. All in all, though, besides that, for as much as my complaining about the rocks and the hills and everything else, this was a really good experience. I have no regrets about it. So I'm getting my camp broken down right now, and what else was I thinking of? I don't know. But one thing though, the Appalachian Trail through hikers, it's a tradition that everybody gets a trail name, and that could be anything, something that pertains to you somehow. Apparently I got one 3 days ago from a through hiker. His trail name was John Doe, because he had multiple trail names which nobody could remember, so he just decided to go with John Doe, because yeah, I'm not going to reveal my trail name right now. You'll have to ask me in person if you see me. But oh, there's a cardinal. So today I'll be doing my last 3 miles. My official 100 miles will be complete. I think, according to my GPS tracker, with the amount of side trails I use to get to shelters and water supplies and everything else, I think I racked up somewhere between 10 to 15 miles extra, which is fine. As long as I do the official 100 miles on the Appalachian Trail, that's fine with me. But other than that, this was a great trip. I smell really bad. In fact, my regular hiking shirt, I am not going to wear that today because that smells worse than a pair of armored trousers after the 100 Years' War. But, and I'm sure my other half will be having the windows down when she's driving me to the car. So we'll see how bad I really do smell, because I'm probably used to it at this point. Anyway. And here's my camp, which I'm in the process of packing up at the moment. Over there was another tent site. The other backpacker, his name was Steve. He was a Marine for 5 years. He's in the reserve now, and we were having a good chat last night. Picked up a good hack from him. He actually had a plastic bag that he was using to fill with a little water and a little detergent so they could actually do laundry while he was out here. I thought that was pretty ingenious. And over here, don't know, yeah, there's the railroad track right there. And they come in tooting their horns and roaring at a pretty healthy speed. Then over here, sorry for those of you who get motion sickness, there's a farm field back there. There's a little porta-john, which is nice and convenient. And then I know this is a popular spot for the thru hikers to come in, because after this is a 14-mile stretch through farmland area where you're not allowed to camp. So they have to at least do 14 miles, so they have to get all their water supply here in town, and so this is kind of a staging area for that section. But all in all, you know, the train's a little noisy. Surprisingly, it didn't wake me up in the middle of the night, but it is very loud. Okay, time to say goodbye to the campground. Swing around here, start heading out. Pack is lightest it's ever been. So I'm down to some food, and I'm carrying no water at the moment. But I know when I get into town, there's a Appalachian Trail Conservancy building that has a water pump, and it's right next to an outfitter where I can get an extra fuel canister, because the one I've got is pretty much spent, and I might want to make myself lunch while I'm waiting for a ride. Depends on how long I'm waiting, so I want to be able to kind of have something in my stomach by the time I get there, because really don't have very far to go. It's very hot out here. Wow, sun beating on you. It's warmest it's been since I started on Thursday. Today is Tuesday. Supposed to be in the 80s, but Ooh, this feels like 90 walking out here in the open. Railroad crossing. Yeah, we got a river crossing. Crossing that river. Oh, little rope swing down there. Don't stay here too long, get hit by a car. And the trail goes in here. And it comes out into a park. What have we here? So we got a half-mile of road walking here. That's all right. Just got off the road, heading into the woods. Apparently we have a air quality alert of orange today because of, Canadian wildfires again. I don't know what's going on up there, but it sounds like they've been turning into California over the past couple of years, because this is becoming a yearly thing now. Where nothing but kind of this haze that comes down and really, well, enough said. Yep, aptly named the Green Tunnel. I bet this is very muddy in the springtime. Thankfully it hasn't rained in a few days. The ground is dry and pretty hard and packed down. I'm glad I'm out of the sun. Boy, it's a hot day today. No breeze. A lot of stone walls out here. Old stone walls. Probably old farm boundaries. So I was just coming up a hill, and proper etiquette on the trail said if you're going downhill, you yield and step aside to somebody coming uphill, because it's harder to go uphill, and when you stop uphill, you're losing your momentum. So I'm coming up the hill, and these two young girl backpackers come trotting down the hill. Excuse me. I didn't move aside. I just kept walking, and they kept walking, so. And then behind them was their parents and some other girl or whatever, but, you know, have a little courtesy out here. I don't like that. More rock walls right there. And here we are at the finish line. 100-mile challenge. We're at Route 74, Old York Road in Pennsylvania, just past Boiling Springs. And wish there was a picnic table I could sit while I wait for a ride. What do we have over here? Must be lunchtime. Tasty clover.